Today, I want to tell you a story. I'm currently sat in a field which actually isn't too far away from where I live, and in the background you should be able to hear the characteristic chirping of crickets. Simply wonderful. And they're creating that sound by rubbing their forewings together. They have what's called a file and a scraper at the edge of their forewings, and by rubbing them together they create this high frequency sound. It's only the males that do this, because after all this is their way of showing off and impressing the females. Now the crickets in this field are probably going to be a species called the Roazell's bush cricket, which is actually a very, very beautiful animal to look at as well. So to prove that to you, I'm going to go and find one. Right, I've finally got one. Look at that fella. That is a Roazell's bush cricket. The most distinctive feature of them is this lime green flick on the what's called the pronotum there in between the head and the abdomen. And look at these really long antennae. That's what distinguishes crickets from grasshoppers. Grasshoppers have really short antennae, but the antennae on a cricket can sometimes be longer than the length of the body. Probably causing this guy quite a bit of distress, so let's let him go. Oh, whoop. See you, mate. However, the story I want to tell you isn't actually based in the UK. We're in fact going to have to travel to the beautiful islands of Hawaii. And on those islands, there are crickets, but on the island of Oahu, something very weird has happened. The crickets have fallen silent. They've stopped making noise, and what makes it even weirder is that they still try and rub their wings together, but no sound comes out. So what's the explanation for this? Well, there's another character that I haven't mentioned. In fact, it's the cricket's arch nemesis. It's a fly, but not just any old fly. This is a phonotactic parasitoid fly. Oh yeah, boy. Flies around in the dead of night, tuning in to the calls that the crickets make to attract the females. It'll then lay its eggs, and those larvae that develop from those eggs will slowly eat that singing cricket alive, even when it's still producing the sound. But the story doesn't end there, because there's another island, the island of Kauai. And on that island, the crickets too have fallen silent. Genetic analysis has shown that the gene has evolved again. This is an example of convergent evolution. So just like how bats and birds have both evolved wings, and how, dolphins and fish have both evolved dorsal fins, the crickets on these two islands have both independently evolved to not produce sound. But what's more impressive about this example is that this evolution has occurred in my lifetime. Within the last 20 years, evolution is happening right here, right now. It's a pretty cool example of how dynamic evolution can be within our own lifetimes. Thank you very much for watching this, very kind of you, of course. If you want to see more, then why not head over to Instagram and follow my @BenitoExplains account, where you'll receive exclusive wildlife and science content. Go on, go and do it right now. You'll find a link in the description below this video. Get at it!